The main learning is when you decide to step out. The main learning is when you decide to give yourself that permission to try this thing. Let me really go and experiment. So go and pick up your interest option forms. Everybody who has attended your presentation over the past 1 month, over the past 1 week, pick it up and start. Don't put yourself in that place where you're waiting until you learn more. What you have learned is enough. Go and execute, go and do. It's in the process of doing that you will understand more about it. And when it looks as if you have hit the wall with these people, make it about, as in build rapport. Step down a bit, build rapport, right? To someone who says, oh, this network marketing thing, I don't think I'm interested. Thank you for your invitation. I don't think I'm interested for this network marketing thing. What do you do with those people? Get them to really, oh, that means you have a story. Tell me about it. That means you have a story. Tell me about it. It's not time to come and start saying top consultant. No, because anything, the person is already projecting. Anything you're saying at that point, there's already a resistance. So someone said, oh, all this network marketing thing, I'm not interested. Say, wow, you have a story. Tell me about it. Did you get that, Madam Bukola? So that would have been the best approach. At that point when they mentioned it, that they are still soaked in the emotions. Oh, you have a story. Tell me about it. Is this something you're comfortable sharing? The person saying, yes, so I was part of it a few years ago. So at the point where the essence of handling this objection in the first place is to put you in that place where you feel empowered. Put you in that place where you're resourceful to handle their objection. Did you get that? Because if you see their objection as something you can handle, why do you think we're taking our time all through this week to actually handle all this objection? Why do you think we're doing that? We're doing that because we know that the more people who are resourceful and they can handle the objection, the more easy you believe on the fact that you can get results. Everything you have learned, okay, I think the major challenge is that we're thinking, what if I do this thing and I don't get it right? What if I do this thing and I actually don't get the outcome I'm looking for? There is no good or bad experience. Let's go and type it on the comment section. There is no good or bad experience. Every experience is a learning experience. So someone attends your presentation and the person says, all this network marketing thing, I'm not interested. Thank you very much for your invitation. The person is even polite enough to say, thank you very much for your invitation. But you see, all this network marketing thing, I am not interested in it. What do you do at that point? Wow, that means you have a story. You have an experience. Tell me about it. If the person is still hesitating, you can go ahead and relate. I get it. I totally get it when you say all this network marketing thing. Trust me, my sister. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I was in that place where I've been harassed. I've been like, it's always this person talking to you about network marketing, this person stressing you, making it look as if that's the end of the whole thing. Now, guess what? I even involved in one, and it was all promises and nothing came out of it. So I made a decision on myself that anything network marketing, I am not going to try it. Anything network marketing is not for me. I guess what I found out. I found out that this particular business has a system attached to it. And there are leaders who are ready to hold you by the hands and work with you to enable you achieve results. And guess what? I laid down all my guards and I just decided to go all in and give it my best and make it work for me. So tell me about your story. What was your experience like? What was your experience like? Remember, we say people like people who are like them, right? So at the point when someone is saying, oh, no, I'm not interested, it is not the point to link them to a consultant. No, that is why we are having all this learning so that you can be more resourceful, to know how to handle them, to know how to be a consultant, to know how to be a professional, and to know how to take them step by step every process to ensure that you clear their objections. So yesterday we role-played some objections. Madam Bukola, I hope that helps, right? Yesterday we role-played some objections. Of course, I said every experience is a learning experience. There is no good or bad experience. So yesterday we role-played objection, and I was able to go and get more and more. So as time will permit us this morning, we're going to deal with some other objection. There are some of the objections that we raised yesterday, right? We have said that every objection falls into two categories: limiting belief about self and limiting belief about network marketing. So somebody is throwing an objection in your head, you're calculating, okay, so I get it right now. Where does this one fall in? Is it limiting belief in self? Is it limiting belief about network marketing? You see, the way we classify this in cell meeting, and we had fun classifying it, guys, the real fun will come when you're being fixed with a real objection, and in your head, you're like, you're cool enough to say, oh, okay, where does this one fall in? Is it limiting belief about self or limiting belief about network marketing? So you're not feeling the emotions again, the negative emotions. You're not feeling attacked. You're not reacting. Rather, you're able to pause and then ask yourself, where does this objection fall in? Is it limiting belief about self or limiting belief about network marketing? And then you respond and not react, right? So let's look at some common objections again, and then we deal with some objections that we have not dealt with, right? I'm not that type of person. That means the person is telling you that, oh, all this pushy, all this being this, da, 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 da. No, that's not my thing. I can't do that, right? So I don't want to annoy my friends. I am not a salesperson. I can't see myself doing this. I don't want to sell door to door, right? Maybe the previous experience they have about network marketing is people selling things to them door to door. I make enough money already, so I don't think I need more money. I don't like to talk to people. I'm not good at sales. Right? I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I need to talk to my spouse. I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't like rejection. I can check everything on earth, but you see rejection, I don't like it. I don't want to sleep. I want to sleep on it. That's more like the person is feeling, I beg this conversation, let it end. Let me have some, right? Why do you still have a job before seeing your question? Why do you still have a job? Only money. You see, started already. Is it a pyramid? Your company is still legal. How do I know? Oh, my voice is cracking. I guess it's network. Let me stop my video and see. Can you hear me now? If you can hear me, type 1. If you can hear me, type 1. If you can hear me, type 1. Can you hear me? All right, fantastic. So let's roll without the video. How do I know that this company will last? I don't want to look stupid. These are the things going on in their mind, right? I want to try the product first. I don't know anyone. All my friends are poor. Why should I trust you? I don't know anything about this business. If I join, will you help me? I don't have a car or a computer. I can't make this work. Now, there are people we really need to look out for, okay? We understand that there are people out there who are just looking out for how to make fun of our business, right? But with that knowledge being there, we need to also understand that there are people who are genuinely looking for clarity. There are people who have been disturbed a lot by other unprofessional network marketers, right? And there are people who think network marketing is a scam based on the different approaches they have gotten from other people in the business. So as we go through this script and those steps, think about whether it is about them or about network marketing. So don't just conclude. Don't just think, no, this person. Always ask yourself, is this limiting belief about them or is it about network marketing? So there are some keys to addressing objection. build rapport first. Find commonalities. Mention the person who referred you to them. Talk about family. Find out why they are interested in looking at new opportunity. What are their wounds? That's when someone says, network marketing is not my thing. You see, I love your invitation. I love the fact that you considered inviting me. But you see, network marketing is not about my thing. So they have wounds already, right? Build rapport with them and then get them to open up and share their story with you. Use your own personality and style when responding. Be genuine. Care about their circumstances. People don't care about how much you know until they know how much you care. Be genuine. Care about their circumstances. Listen and know when to stop talking. Let them talk. Give them time to process. Avoid being confrontational. Starting with, of course, we neutralize any potential argument or conflict. Okay, come from a servant leader position. You're there to serve them. And then use feel, felt, found. This is a general approach in handling objections. So let's look at some common objection that we've not talked about so far. Is this a pyramid scheme? Is this another pyramid scheme? Now, in responding to those objections, aside relating, listening, sharing stories, and asking questions, you can do some affirmation or endorsement by saying, pyramids are illegal, you know. There is no exchange of goods or services. So that could be an opportunity for you to educate that person. Pyramids are illegal and there is no exchange of goods or services. We offer products of the highest quality and we have loyal, raving fan customer base relationship. So you personally, the person who is handling objection, if your belief in those professionals is strong and you position yourself as a person of integrity, then this objection will really come up, if at all, right? This objection comes up when people are looking at the person who is presenting to them or the person who is inviting them to the opportunity and they're seeing that person as, all these guys, all these. So they come up with these objections in their head. So you can also respond by saying, the person said, this is a pyramid scheme. You say, pyramids are illegal. There is no exchange of goods or services. Here we offer value in products, and also we have high base of support that can help you grow your business. So why do you ask if this is a pyramid scheme? Tell me about it. Do you have a story? And then you can say something like, I'm glad you asked this because this business is for people who are not into illegal pyramid scheme. I'm glad you asked this. So more like when somebody was saying, tell me more about this business. I want to get more information. I want to see how I can use this business to raise money. I say, that shows me you are a smart person. That shows me you are an open-minded person. That shows me you're someone who knows what you want. And you love getting clarity before going into it. You know, give them some little compliments. So somebody said, is this another pyramid scheme? You're saying, I'm glad you asked this because you see, this business is actually for people who want to go into legal businesses and build legitimate business models. So I'm glad you're that kind of people. Tell me about it. Do you have any story about pyramid scheme? Are you seeing different ways to handle that? Okay, so you can also say things like network marketing is about bringing products and services direct to the customer. There is nothing illegal about it. You can say that to add up. Now, what do you mean by that? You can also ask questions. When you say, is this a pyramid scheme? It tells me two things. You either have a story or you want to get a clarity. So what do you mean about that? Pause and then help them, let them speak so that you can hear them, right? Then someone can say, no, is this another pyramid scheme? Look at the sentence. Is this another pyramid scheme? So you could refer to say they are into a pyramid scheme already. So are you doing a pyramid? And are you doing something? Is there something you want to talk about? Is there something you want to share about? Right? All those depends on the level of rapport you have with the person. Okay? Now, you can also say things about understand this, not about saying it. Understand this most times that people who are most skeptical and negative are usually people who don't have the money to start the business at the moment. So they will do everything to just discharge the business. So move on to someone who wants to be helped or someone who is business savvy and want to realize more about network marketing as a profession. So these are different ways to handle. Is this another pyramid skill? In all this approach, which one stood out for me? For you? For me, I think the educating part, and then moving them to the point of complementing them. So someone asked me, is this another pyramid scheme? I'm glad you asked this question, because you know what? This business is for people who are in for building businesses the legitimate way. So you talk about pyramid skill. Tell me about that. Do you have any story about that? Have you been involved in any pyramid scheme before? Because you see, pyramid schemes are illegal. There is no exchange of goods or services. We offer products of the highest quality, and we introduce you to a support system of leaders who can help you every step in process. So I think these are the two combinations I'll be taking away from this. Complementing them. That speaks so well of you. You see, I'm glad you're asking those questions, because it shows me that you're in. You want to make money, you want to build wealth through a legitimate business system, right? I'm glad you asked this, because this business is for people who are not into illegal pyramid schemes. You know what? Pyramids are illegal. There is no exchange of goods or services. Here, we offer products of the highest quality, and we introduce you to the highest, biggest support system in the world, where you have leaders who are going to work with you every step in process. So that's like the one I fell in love with in all those response. So which one do you resonate with you? Which one are you going to use when someone asks, is this a pyramid scheme? Share with me on the comment section. Which one are you going to use when someone asks, is this a pyramid scheme? So for me, I will compliment that person. I'm glad you asked that question. That shows me that you're really interested in building a legitimate business model. That says so well of you. So I'm glad you asked this question, because this business is for people who want to go into legitimate business model, right? Saying that, I will choose to educate them also. You know what? Pyramids are illegal, and there is no exchange of goods or services. I am waiting to get our feedback on how we will choose to handle this personally when someone asks, is this a pyramid scheme? You can type that on the comment section, okay? You can type that on the comment section. How would you choose to handle this when someone asks, is this a pyramid scheme? I am waiting for our feedback. Anybody? When someone asks, is this a pyramid scheme? From everything we have shared right now, how would you choose to handle that? If you want me to unmute you, just raise up your hand. If you want to speak, you can go over to the comment section and type. So while I wait for our feedback, the second one says multi-level marketing has a bad reputation. Multi-level marketing has a bad reputation. Okay, I asked them first what they mean by pyramid scheme. Okay, fantastic. I'll ask them first what they mean by pyramid scheme. Okay, and then after that, what next? After that, what's next? Okay, pyramids are illegal. Okay, I didn't get that fully. Let me open the charts. Pyramids are illegal. There is no exchange of goods and services. I think the one that stood out for me is complimenting them for asking the question first. It neutralizes it, right? Most times, if you start by responding, the person can feel withdrawn, the person can feel attacked. So someone said, is this a pyramid scheme? I'm like, I'm glad you asked that question. That shows me that you're a serious-minded person and you're ready to build your business make your money through a legitimate business model. That shows you're a very good person. You're someone of high reputation. So let me tell you about pyramid. So that compliment first neutralizes the negativity, right? And it puts them in a place where they are at peace. So I can go forward and educate more about pyramid, educate them on what pyramid is. All right, let's keep the comments coming in on the comment section. So someone say MLM has a bad reputation. Multi-level marketing has a bad reputation. You can say, I thought the same thing when I started out. That means we think alike. Wow. We're same. I thought the same when I started out. And thanks to the leaders in the industry, they made me understand what network marketing is. And guess what? Network marketing is now becoming not only validated, but focused on being a platform for professional business owners. Multi-level marketing have a bad reputation. Oh, yes, that makes you like me. I thought about that when I saw those business. And guess what? Thanks to the leaders in the industry, as I speak with you right now, network marketing is now becoming not only a validated business system, but is now becoming a platform for people who want to become professional business owners to learn skills on how to be entrepreneurs. You're seeing that, right? So you make them feel like, oh, we are the same. And then you go further to reply. And then you can say, you're going to find unethical people in any business, no doubt about it. Is it possible that in some other businesses, you have people who are not living up to reputation? Yes, of course, right? Now, but in network marketing, we hold each other to higher standard. So those who give multi-level marketing a bad name eventually go out of the business. So you're not excluding the fact that there are no bad people. Trust me when I say this. I've seen people every day who say, oh, I've registered in this business before. Oh, I've done this before. Oh, I've done that before. When I see people like this, my best job in the first place is to educate them, right? And make them understand that it's quite unfortunate that there are people who really have good reputation. And also the let me off the video. I said, in the process of sharing those questionnaires, you were learning how not to do it to get results, right? Can you still hear me? Is it cracking right now? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, type 1. If you can hear me, type 1. If you can hear me, type 1. All right, fantastic. So let's move on. So I was telling the lady, I said, in the process of sharing the questionnaires and not getting results, there were two things. You were learning how not to share questionnaires and get results. Guess what? Quitting only puts you in a place of disadvantage where you didn't process your learning and you didn't run with your learning. So there is no good or bad experience rather than learning experience. So she was just like, okay, so what is it that I was supposed to do? I said, how far were you involved in the business? The SMO checklist, the activities. Did you finish the SMO checklist? Where did you stop? She was like, I didn't even know they didn't exist right then, this, that. I said, they do. Is that you didn't pay attention? So I shared with her, I said, I shared over 3,000 questionnaires and I didn't get any single sign up that I can point to those questionnaires. Did it make me to quit? No, I saw them as learning experience and I kept on pushing myself. I kept on learning. And in the process of learning and getting better, I become more resourceful. That even though I didn't get results in those questionnaires I shared, it made me a better person. It prepared me and it made me more resourceful that I could now run the business and get results using other systems. And I was telling them, I said, 2 years from today, 6 years from today, whether you start this business again or not, you will still be 6 years older than the person you are today. You will still be 2 years older than the person you are today. Now, what is going to make the difference is the choices you're making right now. So whether you're starting this business or not, pick something and stay at it. Keep on doing that and learn from the experience. At the end, the woman break down and then she started sharing the experience of how she has been duped and then how she wanted to come back again into the business. I have to direct her back to the person she registered under earlier. So you see, when you see people sharing objection, there is something underlining that if you are not paying attention, you will not get them to that point where they will really understand, right? People will always like to blame other people except themselves. right? So pay attention to really understand what it is. So with network marketing, you can start a big business with little investment. Tell me what is bad about that. She went as far as saying, no, the business didn't work. I said, this year, we have over 7,800 people who were in the stadium for a retreat. And what it shows that is the business is working for 7,800 people. That's just the minimum, right? So if it didn't work for you, how come it's working for 7,800 people? Is it possible that there is something you didn't pay attention about the business? Is it possible that there is a skill you needed to learn that you were not patient enough to learn about that? Is it possible? So give third-party input. You can also point them to Rise of the Entrepreneur, right? Who has said this to you? Someone says, MLM has a bad reputation. Who have said this to you? Person said, my friend, my brother. And then the next question can be, is he wealthy? But says no. Oh, does he own his own business? The person says no. Would you consider that person a credible expert on any subject matter? The person says, oh, not really. Can go ahead and say, Robert Kiyosaki, Warren Buffett, Tony Robbins, Richard Branson are big supporters of network marketing. Would you consider them credible? Would you consider them credible experts? So someone attend the presentation, goes home, the person wanted to go and borrow money and then spoke to the boss. The boss was like, tell me, do you have family needs? Is there something you want to do with the money? He said, no, there's this business I want to start. He said, tell me about the business. I might also be interested. And then the moment she opened her mouth, her boss was like, oh, don't go there. Just focus on your catering business. I've been there before. It didn't go well. This is it. This is that. It requires you convincing people. And I know you don't have that skill. And then the person starts calling back to say, I'm no longer interested. So when we get talking, it's actually about MLM having a bad reputation, right? When we got talking, I made her to understand that there is a support system she can leverage on. Of course, they won't tell you what it is. They won't tell you who said that, right? You need to build some level of rapport with them and get them to open up. So when we started talking, and she now said, actually, it was my boss that said this. And then my question was like, okay, is your boss successful in network marketing? She said, no. I said, what is your boss into? She said, she's also into catering. She runs a catering firm and this is that. I said, when you want to you want to start your own catering business, and then you have your boss who is successful in catering and you have your dad, whose opinion would you seek? Your boss who is successful as a caterer, or your dad who know nothing about catering business, even though he might be successful in other businesses? He said his boss. I said, why would you seek the opinion of your boss? He said, because she's doing what I want to do and she's successful in it. I said, fantastic. So why is it you're not seeking the opinion of your dad? He said, because my dad can be successful, but not in this line of business. Fantastic. So when this is explained, when there is enough and sufficient rapport, it brings you to that place where you can actually get them to see what you want them to see without really telling them, as in without being suggestive or without looking as if you're saying, no, you're not supposed to talk to people. You were not supposed to talk to your boss. That was a mistake. You shouldn't have done that. The deed has been done, right? All you need to do is build rapport and get them to see what they did. So who said this to you? My boss. Is your boss successful? Yes. In which line of business? In catering. If you want to start a catering business and you have your boss who is successful and your dad who is not successful, but he is successful as an entrepreneur, whose opinion would you seek? He said, my boss. Why would you seek your boss' opinion? Because she is successful as a caterer. I said, fantastic. Why would you seek your dad's opinion? Because even though he might be successful, but he's not successful as an entrepreneur. I said, fantastic. So now there are lots of people who are successful in our business. And of course, the same way you will seek your boss' opinion when it is about catering, same way, the people's opinion that matters in this business are people who are already doing the business and they are succeeding. So feel free at any point in time to ask me any questions, because guess what? There are going to be several questions out there. And which is why we said, don't be the one to talk to people. Allow our system do that for you. At the end, I shared stories and everything, and She was so excited. She went home again. After 2 days, she said, I'm not raising this money. Is it possible I get a refund? And then by the time we started talking again, it was, before I know it, she landed in my office. By the time we started talking again, it was her spouse. And at the end of everything, we cleared down one. And I sent her a video to watch that will prepare her mind. After watching the video, she was so excited. The next thing, she sent in contacts of over 200 people. I guided her on how to sort the contacts and classify that. Between yesterday, she sent 46 contacts. 46 contacts of people who are in Abuja that she has sent contact recommendation message to. I guided her through the contact recommendation process. So who says that someone who was not negative will not end up becoming, who was negative, if you're able to handle their objection? Who says that you won't get them to open up? Who says that? Let me share my screen and show you. Like, by the time she was coming up with the second objection, in my head, I'm like, not again. Where is this one coming from again? I'm like, I beg, this woman, your own is too much. Are you the only one in this business? But having that patience to pace with her, having that patience to actually guide her through those objections without feeling attacked, right? Understand, I think the highest thing about objection is understanding that it is not about you. Understand that it is not about you. It is about them. There is something going on in their life. So look at this. Between yesterday and now, I sent her the video on contact recommendation. And then after watching that, she was like, I just finished watching the video presentation. Wow, it was so interesting and mind-blowing. I'll be chanced to be in the office on Friday by 1 p.m. Thanks for your motivation and zeal. Hope to hear from you soon. Look at this. And then I put her through the how to send this, and I guided her on the key places to pay attention to. And she has sent message to 47 people. This is the same person who was already in a place where she felt like, I am not doing again. This is not my thing. Like, after the first one, she came back again with another objection. After that one again, she came back again with another objection. So when you have difficult people like this, be patient enough to guide them through the objections, okay? Don't feel at any point, don't say, this woman, your own is too much. What is it? What is it? Her first objection was my boss said I'm not going to be successful. Her second objection was her spouse, right? But being able to relate with her, share my own story of being rejected, and several experience from family and spouse. She was like, okay. And then she actually opened up. And at the end of the day, I was able to plug her back into the system. So you're seeing the importance of learning this objection. So when someone says, multi-level marketing has a bad reputation, who has said this to you? My spouse, my brother, is he wealthy? No. Does he own his own business? No. Would you consider him a credible expert on any subject matter? Not really. Robert Kiyosaki, Warren Buffett, Tony Robbins, Richard Branson are big supporters of network marketing. Would you consider them credible experts? The person said yes. So whose opinion would you consider? Would you take here? Your brother's opinion or the opinion of all these credible experts? So it might not be words to words like this. Like what I used with a lady was not asking this direct, right? I built rapport, and then in the process of building rapport and sharing story with her, she opened up and told me that actually it was her boss. And I'm like, okay, your boss, is she successful? She said yes. In what line of business? So don't expect them to say no. Do you understand? Just like in the script. Is your boss successful? She said yes. In what line of business? In catering. Fantastic. Now let's say your dad is successful as an entrepreneur and your boss is also successful as a caterer. And you want to go into business, catering business, just like you want to go into right now. Whose opinion would you consider? Your dad's opinion or your boss' opinion? He said, my boss. Why would you choose your boss' opinion over your dad's opinion? Because she has the experience. Fantastic. Now, when it comes to those business, does your boss have experience in network marketing? Does she have results in network marketing? She said no. So whose opinion would you consider? someone who has results in this business, or your boss who has results in catering business. So at that point, you're also using that opportunity to inoculate them. You're saying, I won't be busy to take your question. No, as in, I won't be busy when it comes to clearing your questions. At any point in time you're confused, feel free to get in touch with me. I hope this conversation is helping us. And then let's go to number 3. I have had bad experience with multi-level marketing. So, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm curious. Would you mind sharing what your experience has been with multi-level marketing before? Someone says, I've had bad experience. So, Madam Bukola, this can also serve to that in the case of that, your sister, right? Oh, so sorry about that. So the person says, thank you very much for your invitation. The first approach would be, and then, but you see, network marketing is not my thing. He said, Auntie Bose, you see, I always know you as a positive person. Despite the fact that you think network marketing is not your thing, you still went as far as appreciating my invitation. You don't know how this means to me. It means a lot to me. And I appreciate you for always being a positive person, right? I'm so sorry to hear about your experience, your previous experience of network marketing. I'm just curious. Would you mind sharing what your experience has been with multi-level marketing before? Guys, compliment. Can we type it in the comment section? Always compliment. Always establish rapport. Someone says something, grab it, turn it into a compliment, and give it back to them. People don't get compliments often. I'm excited of the fact that even though you don't like the business, you still take your time to tell me that you're so happy about my invitation. I appreciate that. And I've always known you as a very positive person. I'm not taking this for granted. Auntie Bose, I'm sorry to hear about your previous experiences of network marketing, but I'm just curious. Would you mind sharing what your experience has been with multi-level marketing before? See, no matter what you learn about objection, if you don't get to practice, you won't master it. If you don't get to practice it, you won't master the art. You won't master the skills. So practice is what makes the difference, right? And then somebody said, I've had bad experiences with multi-level marketing, no network marketing again. Have you ever gone to a restaurant and had bad meal? Did you decide not to go to the restaurant, go to any restaurants again because of that decision? So before asking questions, establish rapport. Guys, let's write rapport plus questions. They do the magic. Rapport, compliment plus questions. They are magic combinations. Have you ever had bad dates before? Did you decide that dating wasn't for you? This puts them in a place where they loosen up. Because, they are thinking, no, it's just about network marketing. But it's about how they do their life. It's about every other thing about their life. So it's not just about network marketing, right? It gets them to a place where they loosen up. You never know unless you give it a try. You never done network marketing with me. Why don't you give it a shot? So this can be a way. The person already have a rapport with you, and that is why the person is saying, I appreciate your invitation. I'm grateful you invited me, but you see, network marketing is not for me, right? He said, after hearing their story, said, you can now conclude by saying, have you ever gone to a bad restaurant before and had a bad meal? Say, yes. Did you decide not to eat out again because of that? So, I don't know, but I changed my choice of restaurants. Okay. Have you ever had a bad date before? So just you can ask questions, right? Did you decide not to even go into a relationship again because of that? Right? They make them loosen up. And then you conclude by saying, you never know unless you give it a try, right? You've never done network marketing with me. Why don't you give it a shot? So, Madam Bukola, thank God your question came earlier. Your experience came earlier. Now, are you now seeing that you're in a much better place to handle that objection than your leader? Are you seeing that? If you're seeing that, type yes in the comment section. You're in a much better place to handle your objections than your leader. Because there's some level of rapport that is already established between you and the person you're talking to in the first place. Yes, I'm not going to type to yes. So this is what I'm having you with you're like, every objection, let all the objections be opened, and let me deal with it, right? Who's excited about this learning? Who's excited about this new understanding? Who is excited about that? Who is excited about that? So no matter what is compliment and establish rapport, ask questions. Compliment and establish rapport, ask questions. So someone is okay. So this is your time to turn around the negative perception of multiple marketing. They are setting what you do and testing your skills. Right? So what is you have a better idea of how they ask. So ask questions, right? There are so many things for bad experience. There are folks who have most about that, right? Not the potential of your bad experience. Your experience. So everyone who is sharing the conversation. So it's not number 4. I don't have no time for network marketing. I don't have time for network marketing. I was working full time on working full time. Maybe I'm just keep doing what you're doing currently. Do you think that next 5 years you will have more tracking? Sorry about that. Can you hear me right now? If you can hear me, type 1. If you can hear me, type 1. If you can hear me, type 1. Fantastic. So let's move on. I don't have the time for this business. We'll handle this, but let's talk about it again. That sounds interesting because it makes you like me. When I saw this business earlier, I felt the same way you felt, right? Because I was so busy juggling my family, my kids, everything was all on me. And again, having time to run this business, it was so difficult to find the time. Make their objection their reason. If you keep doing what you're doing currently, over the next 5 years, you have more or less time. You see, well, with network marketing, you can leverage your time through the efforts of others. So we've shared this before. You can go back and watch the previous video to also get more insight. Would you be willing to make or trade time for something that can provide you income for life? Empathize and ask questions. What is it that doesn't allow them to have time? Do they have a plan to change that situation? To have free time to themselves? How does that make you feel? So can I help you on this? Okay, so what does your average day looks like? You wake up by what time? Okay, you go to work by what time? All right, you come back. Okay, so what do you do between this time to this time? What did you remember? Rapport is key. What do you do between this time to this time? Fantastic. Is it possible we find a way to create 30 minutes, 45 minutes of your time? Now, the challenge people have with time is that they promise you that with 30 minutes, which you can build fortune. Nobody can build fortune with 30 minutes, right? They can get started and see how the business is. So from their experience of getting started, they can decide to give him more time. So don't tell someone that with 15 minutes of your time, with 30 minutes of your time, you can build fortune. I love the way Pharmacist Osami always shares his story. With 15 minutes, with 30 minutes, with my break time, I was able to build this for myself, which was actually what I couldn't build in my 15 years practice as a pharmacist. And then imagine what will now happen if I have more time. So he's not telling you that with 15, 30 minutes, you can build fortune. No, you can build something. And then when you equate that thing you are able to build with your current job, you will see that it's a much, much, much easier than what your experience in other business can be, putting just 15, 30 minutes every day, right? So do you want to continue spending all your time building someone else's dream? Or is it time you devote your precious time towards building your own dreams? How much extra time do you currently have in a week? Okay? I don't have the time for network marketing. I felt the same way when I got started. I felt exactly the same way when I got started. A lot of people maximize any spare time in their day to start to design a professional life that will impact the rest of your life. Ask questions to identify how the business can fit in to what they are currently doing. Aside from the time, do you see any opportunity here? It's not a big time commitment to start. You can spare 3 to 4 hours a week. And when you break this down, it can be into little chunks of 15, 30 minutes to build your financial freedom. If I can show you a way to get some of your time back by leveraging the effort of others, would you be willing to carve out 7 to 10 hours weekly towards this goal? Would you be willing to carve out 3 to 4 hours weekly towards this goal? Bring it up before they do. A little bit of time each day can actually help you create the time freedom to do the things you want and maybe create financial freedom. So show your prospects that it doesn't take a lot of time by using your, explaining your system. I already explained this when I talked about Farmer Sani's approach in sharing his story, right? Now, I don't have the money to get started. I can appreciate that money is tight because of the economy. All the more reason to join us. I appreciate that fact. I appreciate your openness. I appreciate you seeing me as someone you can share your dark moments with. I appreciate that. And I appreciate also the fact that money is actually tight because of the economy right now. If I could teach you a simple way to make the money back with our bonuses during your first month, would you be interested? At here, you dive deeper to find out if money is really the issue, or their polite way of saying no. Do you really want to do this business? Or saying I don't have money, a polite way of saying I'm not interested. With either way, I'm fine. If you don't have the money, what would that money do for you? If you did have the money, what would that money do for you? Spend more time with family, quit your job, enjoy your time with your loved ones. Okay? How does it make you feel to know you have the opportunity to change your life, but don't have the money to get started? Look at this. Somebody say, I don't have money. I appreciate the fact that you see me as someone who you can share your dark moments with. I appreciate that fact. I appreciate also that money is tight because of the economy, right? Right. Now, if I could teach you a simple way to make the money back with our bonuses, would you be interested to start? The person says yes. I said, I'm curious. I just want to find out, is money really the issue, or is that your polite way of saying you're not interested? Because either way, I'm fine. They say, no, I don't have the money. And then you're asking, if you did have the money, what would that money do for you? Person say, I'll give my children quality life. I'll go on vacation. I will spend more time with my family. I will quit my job. Fantastic. How does it make you feel to know you have the opportunity to change your life? You have the opportunity to go on vacations with your family, but don't have the money to get started. What are you saying? You built rapport, you got their reasons from them, and then you're giving it back to them. If I could show you how to make an extra $5,000 a month for you and your family, how soon could you come up with the money to get started? Then keep quiet. So let's get you started and get you out of the financial jail. If this is an opportunity that could change your future, could you find a way to come up with the money? You see that? If I could show you a way, of course, I've shared what we do, right? And when they say yes, you go back to the 3 categories of leaders and how working with them can help them achieve the results they desire in the business. I don't have the money to get started. Tell a story, ask a question. I get it. I totally can relate with you. At the end of the money, I had so much months. It's a struggle to pay the bills. I realized, looking at my life, if I didn't change, I was going to look at the next 5 years like I looked at the last 5 years of my life. So guess what? I found a way. I realized it wasn't about the money. It was about my belief. So let me ask you a question. If you could change your life, could you come up with the money? If this could change your life, could you come up with the money? So do a preemptive strike. Ask them first, how much money do you have set aside to start your dream life, your business, whatever the business is? There's always a startup cost, right? So build rapport, ask questions, and go dive deep in. Okay? Now, only people at the top make money. Only people at the top make money. The people at the top started just like you right now, but they took a chance, they learned to become experts, and now helping others in their team to become successful. You see, I used to believe this, and then I found out that in network marketing, the revenue that is being shared in 1 year is over $183 billion per year. And guess what? Over 40% of people who get paid those commissions are not even in the top earners. Not even in the top earners. So that makes a lot of money for everyone, right? So you may not want to state all the statistics, but you might ask if they are open to see the full picture of the profession. So you could go to a company's earning disclosure and you find out how many top earners do you always have? Top 20, top 500, and then there are thousands of people in that company, right, who are also making money at their little bit. Now you also find out that this business is so good that you can even start the business and start making money more than the person who brought you into the business. So you have an open opportunity to make even more than the people at the top of our company. So this is how to handle the objection of only people at the top make money. Yes, I used to think this when I started. And then I was curious. I did some research, and this is what I found out. Over $183 billion are being distributed, are being paid out in commission in network marketing. And guess what? Only 1.4% of it goes to the top earners. That means there are over 90 something percent that goes to distributors in the business. So this is also what I find out. You have an opportunity to make even more money than the people at the top. You have an opportunity to make even more money than the people who brought you into the business. Yes, so this is the one I've been waiting for. And I think we'll stop here after this, and then we continue tomorrow. How much money are you making? You know, we answered this one yesterday, right? And I am so excited to share this perspective of handling those particular objections with you. I'm very much excited. So who is excited as I am? I am excited, right? So when someone asks, how much money are you making? Fantastic. What I make now is just a stepping stone to what I'm going to be making in the future. Everybody snap this. What I'm making right now is just a stepping stone to what I'm going to be making in the future as I build my business. The possibilities are limitless. Amazing. It's so awesome to note. My goal is to be earning 7 figures within 2 years by growing my business at the accelerated pace I'm expanding today. If you're making a good income in your business, feel free to share with them. If you're not making a good income, look at that first paragraph. The question you should be asking is, what I do. If you're not going to do what I do to earn, if you're not going to do what I do to earn, then what I make doesn't matter. Somebody asks you, how much are you making? Another interesting one is, I don't know. I'm still collecting. This is so interesting. I don't know. I'm still collecting. I'm not finished earning yet. And guess what? Someone signs up in your business. What are the different earning points in the business? Referral bonus, matching bonus. And then you bring in one person, you only earn referral bonus. So if someone is asking you, how much are you making or how much have you earned? The referral bonus is not the only bonus in the business. So I don't know. I am still collecting. I've not finished earning it yet. You know what? Because most of the activities I'm putting into the business right now will pay me later in the future. So if you're real and you're starting your, if you're new and you're starting your business, it's also right? We'll talk about using the mentorship and starting using the real value of what you're doing. I don't know. I am still collecting because there are several commissions that I still have to be paid, even from the one I've done 1 year ago in this business. Okay, be real and authentic. This is my sorry. So this is a person you're potentially going to be working with for a long time. There is no point lying. Okay, be honest and candid. So share a good third-party story until you have your own. Your upline, focus on the shifts to your mentors. Someone says, how much are you making at the moment? The question should be, how much are you willing to make from the business? You know what? Because I have mentors, I have so person who started this business, even as a busy professional, putting in so hours, and this is what they are making right now. So I'm just a connector. I can help you connect you to the people who can help you make that money. Are you getting all those perspectives, right? Share a good third-party story until you have your own story, your upline, your crossline. Focus on shifting it to your mentors. Yes, these are the big guys. These are the ones that can help you. How much are you making? That's a very interesting question. Guess what? When I started this business, I didn't have the privilege of working with a mastermind. Trust me on this. And it's about you right now. If you're able to make your decision to start right now, what I have made over the past 6 months of my journey, you can actually double it or triple it. You know what? I have so person who started this business under the mastermind mentorship, and they were able to do ×5 of what I did in 3 months. So whose result would you want? Whose result would you want? I can connect you to the mastermind mentorship. So this is what you need to do to get the mastermind mentorship. Are we getting anything from this experience? Okay? So you guys, it sounds like you're interested in the money, right? It sounds like you're interested in the money part out of everything you just saw. I'm right on that, right? You love the money part of the business. Yes, bring it up. I can connect you to the leaders, to the top leaders that can make you make as much money as you want. So how much extra would you like to be making from those businesses on a monthly basis to make it worth your time? Guys, practice. Let's give ourselves the permission to practice this, okay? I need to try the product first. You're asking, it's important that you experience the benefits. What if I drop or send some samples to you so you can see why I am so passionate about what I do? And then let me know what you think. A startup package is a great way for you to sample the product. Remember, you're getting value in products almost worth over what you paid for, right? So these are ways to share this objection. Have them join you as a customer and be your product ambassador for some time. I'm not that type of person. I'm not caught out for this. I'm curious. What do you consider a network marketing type? Have you had experience in the past that has stopped you from moving ahead in network marketing? Share with me. Are they old? So you see, most times when people are talking, it's coming from an old belief, old programming, right? So are you into building relationships with people and educating them how to improve their life? If so, network marketing is just for you. Maybe you are right. Their mind goes to, he's not trying to sell me. So it lowers their objection. So what makes you think you're not caught out for this? And you get them to sell you on why they are not caught up to it. Then why do you think you can do this? And they start selling you on why they could. Sounds like you're ready to get going, right? Guys, I want us to do something tomorrow. I will still share another 10 remaining objections, right? And how we can handle it. Then I want you to go and do some follow-up and have a real life experience. Have a real life experience about this, and then come share it tomorrow. Who is going to practice? Let me see you raise up your hand. Who is going to practice? Let me see you raise up your hand. So you practice, and then tomorrow we'll share the remaining ones, and then take all life experience. Okay? Let me see you raise up your hand. I will practice. Thank you very much for your time. And I guess it's time for us to